Alright guys, so this is my Lasher slash Satyr route. It's a bit different from the regular Satyr route. We're going to be going somewhere completely different. We're going upstairs and not doing any of the big Satyr packs downstairs because they are pretty inconsistent, I've found, and you definitely need good gear to make it consistent. So this route's designed more for, I guess, people lacking a bit of gear, don't have any raid gear. Like I only have my pre-raid bis gear on, so you definitely don't need much gear for this route. You also don't need to be the Shatter spec flame strike build either. You could play your arcane raid spec for this route and it'll be completely fine. You just would have to take it slower on the Lashers. So I'm going to be playing the downstairs Lashers in 2 sets of 4. If you're playing as arcane, or even if you're playing a priest or a warlock or something, you just have to do them in sets of 2 instead of the 2 4 packs, because you definitely do need ice block for the 4 pull. So I'm just getting in position here for the first pull. I'm going to be waiting for that pat to come across. And we're just wanding the first pack. We're going to fire blast this pack. And then we're just going to walk through this pack and blink over to the tree. And then we're going to counterspell the last pack and get in our ice block. It's pretty easy stuff. It's very little that can go wrong on this route. Like I said, if you're playing as arcane or a different class, you can still do it. It'll just add about 2 minutes to your run. You won't be able to do the sets of 4, you'll have to do in sets of 2, which is fine as well. You definitely won't hit instance cap if you're doing that, which is good. So we're gonna head over to the second pack, and obviously you definitely need herbalism for this run, especially with my route, because we're making good use of the herbalism because there's 3 to 4 extra herb nodes upstairs that we're going to be getting, so it's definitely not worth doing this unless you have herbalism. So I ended up leveling herbalism just because I really like this route and I was a bit sick of the ZF zombie farm, so I shouldn't be getting this herb because I need to come back here to get that Grom's blood anyway, so I should have left this, just got it on the way back, but it doesn't really matter. So that spot there where that tree is arcing over, that's one of the spots in this room. You see me brushing the cursor around, that's where one of the dusty tomes can spawn in this room. And there's another spot on the other side which does spawn in this run, I believe, so you'll be able to see where the other one spawns. But we're basically we're waiting here for that pat to come back, and when it starts walking away from those lashes, we're going to start the second pull. It lines up better if we just wait for that lasher pack to come back and then leave, because then the other lasher packs are more in sync with what we want to do. That's just my spec. You can see that I'm not like the Shatter spec or anything like that. I'm just I play Winter's Chill for my raid, so I'm a hybrid Blizzard / Winter's Chill build, which is completely fine for this. So we're kind of just waiting around here. I wouldn't have had to wait here if I wouldn't have got that herb, so I ended up wasting like 30 seconds to 45 seconds doing this, but it doesn't matter, we still get a pretty quick run in. So there's that treants, they're walking away, and now we're going to pull and do our second pull. So we want those, and then we walk over to this tree, and if you blink right there, you can actually go right through the tree. So we're going to go through the tree and then we're going to wait till we see the frame of the Lasher like we saw there, and we're going to then fire blast the other pack and start walking over to the third. The reason you want to wait there to see the frame of the Lasher in the first pack is because if you start running away too quick, the first pack is going to pass through the tree and it's going to end up clipping one of those elite plants that's standing by it and end up pulling it. And then obviously we have to reset if we do that, so that's why we wait there for our fire blast. And then same deal here, we're just going to kill it pretty easy. And then that's all the Lasher packs in this room, so the 2 sets of 4. It's very clean, very quick. You could possibly even do like 3-3-2 as arcane possibly, but I'm not sure. It might be pretty hard without ice block. You could definitely just do 4 sets of 2 though, and it would be fine. It would be like a couple of minutes slower, like I said, but the upstairs would actually be a lot faster as arcane, because upstairs we're not doing any AoE pulling. We're only doing single target pulling. So we're just looting the rest of these Lashers, and then we're gonna go over, I think, yeah, we go over to get the herb. This is why I shouldn't have picked that herb when I did the first time, because we had to go back over here anyway to get the Grom's blood, but it's fine. It's not too much of a time loss. So we're gonna grab this herb and then we're gonna head over to the other side again and check to see if the other Dusty Tome has spawned, which it does on this run, so you'll be able to see exactly where it spawns. There it is. So the Dusty Tomes themselves, they have a 10% chance to drop one of the class books. The priest one, I'm pretty sure that's the best one. But I've only ever had, I think I've looted probably 30 of the books and I've only had 2 of the class books drop, so I guess that's pretty unlucky. And then obviously there's a very, very low chance you can get Fora's Compendium. I think it's like 0.1% chance, but it's still definitely worth, if you see these have spawned, it's worth getting them obviously. Because the priest one's pretty good. I think that's still going for a decent amount of gold. So we're done with this room now. We've got the 4 herbs, the 4 Lasher packs, we've got the Dusty Tome. We've looked on the other spot and saw that the Dusty Tome wasn't there. So now you see me switch over to my, I guess, single target gear or spell damage gear. The reason for that is because we're not doing any more AoE pulling. Like I said, we're not doing any of the difficult Satyr packs. We're just going upstairs and we're going to be killing some spellcaster Satyrs that are very, very low health and pretty easy to kill. So that Satyr there, he spawns there sometimes. These Satyrs are fine to kill. I try to skip them if I can. You can see there I try to blink past it, but I end up clipping him and I have to kill him anyway, which is fine, but they're a bit of a time waste. They're a bit stronger than the other ones, and they'd put like a nasty poison on you which slows you for 20 seconds, so if you can skip him, I rather just skip him, but like if the pat's like in your way, it's better to just kill him instead of like waiting for him to pat away. They're not that bad to kill. So I finished this guy off, and then this is where the route really turns a lot different from the other ones. So usually you would stay in this room and kill like the Satyr packs with the imps, or you would do the double 4-pack of Satyrs and kill them together. But like I said, you definitely need good gear to do it, and like I've done it a few times, but it wasn't consistent for me. These packs are an absolute pain. I don't enjoy killing these ones, so yeah, we're gonna be going upstairs here, and there's the stealthy there. So you're probably wondering how we're gonna drop combat with these, but you can there's pillars upstairs you can actually use to evade bug guys, and that's really the heart of this upstairs piers. We're going to be using these pillars to abuse a lot of kind of skips. So we can see there already we've got two ghost mushroom spawns, which is really nice. So yeah, we're going to jump down here onto this pillar, and this is going to evade them out. So we're just going to wait until combat drops. Should also note that that Satyr down there, the fell swan that's padding around, if he like aggroes while you're up here, he'll start casting Shadow Bolt at you, but if you just keep hugging around the pillar and LOS him, he'll eventually drop combat as well. But so our objective upstairs is we're going to be looting all the herb nodes, which there is 3 to 4 usually. And we're going to be killing these fell swans because, as you can see, they're quite easy to kill. They're very low health. You can just counterspell their Shadow Bolt. You can also, if you want to play it really safe, you can LOS them around these pillars at the end of their Shadow Bolt cast, and they'll never actually hit you. But I'm playing it a bit greedier because I'm used to them, and it's a bit faster if you do this. So, but like you can see, they really don't do much damage, but they're definitely worth killing because they drop a good amount of silver. They can drop Fellcloth, they drop demonic runes, good greys, good greens. So we're basically just we're spending our time up here to not hit the instance cap with the Lashers. And we're avoiding the Satyr packs because I feel like they're not very consistent, and from what I've been reading in the Mage Discord, a lot of people have been struggling with them. So if you can do them consistently and you're like good raid geared and you can go Shatter spec, I would definitely recommend doing that. But for me personally, it just wasn't consistent for me. It's probably a gear thing, and I don't really want to be spending gold each week to respec to the Shatter spec, so I'm happy to just play as this spec and do this run. This has been getting a lot of gold for me personally, so yeah, we're gonna kill this other fell swan here. So the fell swans we're going to be killing is the two around, they pat around these pillars. We're going to kill both of those. And then there's another one behind us that is in a fire camp on his own. We're going to be killing him as well. And then there's usually another one where he pats between the camps, and you can get him between the camps. He pats to one camp and then stands there for about a minute or two and then starts patting over to another camp. But if you don't get a good opportunity to kill him, it's fine. We can just ignore him. We can just get the 3 fell swans, which is what we're doing this run, I believe. So as you can see on the timer, we're hitting around the 12 to 13 minute mark, which is where we want to be to not hit instance cap. So time wise, this works out really well, and this could have been faster as well because we ended up wasting like 45 seconds at the start by not correctly waiting for that pat, so it cost us a bit of time. And then yeah, this is the other node where it can spawn. So there's always going to be a minimum of 3 herb nodes in that room. So if there's only 2 there, like we saw there's those 2 ghost mushrooms, then the third one will either be out there or it will be downstairs where the fire guys are. And that is basically the route. So I've added this clip on the end because I want to show how we play. I guess we're going to be using the pillars here to evade out these guys so we can go loot the herb. So the ghost mushroom can spawn on either side of those plant guys, and you can't loot it without pulling it. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull him upstairs, and then we're going to evade bug him out on the pillar, and then as soon as we drop combat, we're going to blink over to the node and herb the node while he's running back, and it's going to make it so we don't engage him in combat. And we're also going to do it for a chest. As you can see over there, there's a chest which can spawn in either that Satyr camp or the one at the front. It's either a locked one or an unlocked one. It just depends. This time it's an unlocked one, so we can loot it, which is nice. So as you can see, he's running back down. We're out of combat. We get the node, and we're going to be doing the same thing here with these Satyrs. Okay, just making sure he's coming back, and then we're just going to wander and run back upstairs, play it the exact same way. So that camp there on the right is the other spot where that chest can spawn. That one there's a lot harder to do because they're a lot closer, so they pat back faster after you've dropped combat. So what you need to do there is you need to slow roll it a bit. You need to wait for them to come right up to you, and then you jump off, evade bug them out, blink over, loot the chest. If you re-engage them again, it's fine. You would have looted the chest by then, and you can just run up and evade bug them once again. So we're just waiting here until we drop combat. There we go, combat drops, then we're blinking over to the chest, then we're going to loot it. So these chests, I've probably looted about 10 of them, and I've gotten 3 traveler's bags, I've gotten a blue, there's always a green in there, decent amount of silver, mana pots, so it's a very nice kind of, if you do get one spawn in your run, it's definitely a nice boost to the gold power. And then yeah, we've got the herb out here that we're just ending the run on. Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked the route. A nice alternative to the other Lasher and Satyr route. It's much easier to execute, less gear and spec dependent, and overall more consistent I feel. If you enjoyed it, drop a like and a sub for similar videos, and I'll see you in the next one.